latest Yankees news. Don't miss out. Join the ultimate sports community today. 4 innings of shutout ball for Carlos Rodon. And he deals up and away to Connor Joe.
A lot of zeros out there, Michael.
A lot of zips. One and one. 0, 0, 0, 4 of them, and then on the bottom 4 of them. Two and one. Three and one on Joe. Joe walked in the second inning. You know, you look at the year that Rodon's had, and then you look at the first year that he had in a big money contract they signed with the Yankees. And, you know, somebody with the Yankees, when he came into camp, said how great he looked and that they thought he was going to have a really big year. And I said, well, what do you think happened? And the guy said, getting kicked in the teeth is a big motivator.
Yeah.
And he's such a proud guy. He didn't like the way he pitched last year.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, again, the comeback that he's made, 32 starts coming in, including tonight, taking the ball. He's been dominant at times.
I mean, the start of the year looked like he's going to be in the All-Star game. Then he had a little bit of a flat spot, but the last 11 games coming into tonight, pitching to a 2.87 ERA. And in those 11 games, the Yankees are 8-3. He's 7-2. Now, Boone said that obviously he will pitch in the ALDS, but the decision will be made whether it would be game 2 or game 3. As you said, it's according to who they face. Now, when you look at his season numbers, right now his ERA is 3.89, which is good, 16-9. And those numbers are kind of blown up by really 6 bad starts. So the first 14 games he pitched to a 2.93. Last 11, 2.87. But the middle 6, 9.67, and that skews all the numbers. And the numbers are still very good, but if those are just average starts, you're looking at this season completely different way. Grisham back, and he makes the play. Let's see if they double up Joe. They'll fire in, but Joe hustles back and gets to first.
Well, you talk about a dynamite play. I mean, that looked like he was just running to pick it up off the wall. It really just ran to a spot, looked. I mean, defensively, again, Grisham just gets out of bed. He's a great center fielder. To get to ball, sometimes you've got to take your eye off the ball and sprint, which he did immediately, then pick it up and make it look easy. What a great play.
And look how far Joe went. He definitely thought that was in. I mean, he rounded second base.
He tagged it on the way back, but that's a long way to get around all the way around second base.
Trying to get that double play, too. Joe goes. The throw to second. Got him. 2 away.
I think Trevino was heading for the dugout. Thought it was third out, but a great throw again. Catchers are wanting that ball on the first base side. Glaber pumps his fist a little bit, and watch Trevino heading to the dugout. Oh, all right. Well, we got 2.
Three and 0 on Billy Cook. 3-1 on Cook. He struck out looking in the second. Now Boone's not going to have any, short pitch count on Rodon as he did yesterday with Cole, because they're going to have a long rest. I mean, really long. They don't play until Saturday the 5th.
It's not an ideal way to do things or schedule to take that long of a break, but it is an advantage, obviously, if you've got injuries or pitchers that need breaks. But there's no right or wrong way to do it. But, you have to give the Yankees some type of advantage for winning the American League East.
That was such a high pop-up, you could finish your sentence.
Thank you.
We're halfway through, nothing. Well, Yankee fans, catch all the action at Yankee Stadium. 2024 postseason tickets and 2025 individual game tickets. They're on sale now. Experience October baseball and beyond. Visit Yankees.com/tickets today. And this is where the postseason shapes up on this day. The winner of the Astros and the Tigers will face the Guardians. Winner of the Royals and the Orioles will face the Yankees. That's the American League side. National League side, winner of the Diamondbacks and the Brewers will face the Phils. Winner of the Mets and the Padres face the Dodgers. But all of that is subject to change. Whatever the wild card shapes up as, the Yankees know they're starting the postseason, the ALDS, on Saturday, October 5th. Meredith, that's a long layoff. They have to have some kind of plan to keep their guys ready.
Aaron Boone said they started all of those discussions today, Michael. They're going to have an off day Monday. Obviously, some guys will come in here to get treatment Tuesday. They'll have a light baseball activity day, and then said they'll probably ramp things up on Wednesday and Thursday, whether that means simulated games or live BPs. They're going to make a decision on that as it gets closer, but there will be some pretty intense baseball activity, and then Friday will be an MLB mandated workout, so it'll be a normal workout, BP on the field, and whatever pitchers need to do before the game on Saturday. So
one of the things about a simulated game gets you a little nervous, Paul. What if somebody gets hit? You worry about that, but you also want to keep them sharp.
Yeah, I hated them. Joe Torre used to allow me not even to play in them because you can't get up, like you do for a regular game. You have nothing to prove as a hitter. You're facing pitchers that, you usually don't face. I just didn't like it. I would rather just take BP, make sure that your legs and everything is strong as far as running, taking balls. But, before we went to break, that's a long break. And I think it doesn't affect pitchers nearly as much as it affects hitters.
Line down the right field line. It's a base hit. It goes all the way to the wall. Trevino will go to third. Hustling into second is Cabrera. And the Yankees are set up second and third. Nobody out.
Boy, a short little swing from Cabrera, a breaking ball. And it speeds the bat up, but he just lines it. Instead of getting around it and hooking it foul, he keeps it fair, lines it down the right field line. Yankees in business here, bottom of the fifth.
Well, the Pirates bring the infield in. Here's Gleyber Torres, 1 for 2 against Jones. And that one's off the glove of Bart. But Trevino stays put.
Wow, that's a really good read by him. I mean, this ball has no business coming back. It looks like it hit the padding and shot straight back. He would have been out. With nobody out, you don't want to take a chance. As a catcher, you know how it ricochets, and you see he saw it immediately.
Saw the left-hander Joey Wentz is warming, and the pitching coach Oscar Marin comes out to talk with Jones. So Jones, who has been dealing, he's struggling right now. Check an out-of-town score brought to you by Defender, legendary capability off-road and on. Astros lead the Guardians 3-0, bottom of the fourth inning in Cleveland. Getting the Yankee magic number for best record in the AL is 2. Infield in. The 1-0. Broken back ground ball. Trevino stays put. 1 away. Well, fans, remember that Yes is your home for Yankees postseason coverage every step of the way this October, beginning with our postseason bound special on Monday and an ALDS preview. That's next Friday. Then stay with Yes for pregame and postgame shows around every Yankees playoff game, starting with Game 1 of the ALDS on Saturday, October 5th. Soto intentionally walked to load the bases. Derek Shelton will come out, and with Chisholm coming up, they will call on the left-hander Wentz. That will do it for Jared Jones as his 2024 is completed. Some good, some bad. He leaves the bases loaded with 1 out. Brought to you in part by Amtrak. Book Amtrak Flex Fares for worry-free travel. Learn more at Amtrak.com/flexfares. By Buick, visit your local Tri-State Buick dealers. And by the New York Lottery, get out there and play. Joey Wentz will come on. 45th game, 1-2, 4.85. Now, the intentional walk of Soto, strangely enough, just the second of the year. And I shouldn't say strangely enough because the guy that's batting behind him is Aaron Judge. And the other one was August 14th at the White Sox, and that was right before Judge's 300th home run. Soto's had really in a career that's young and on a Hall of Fame mark, he's had his best career year. Hitting in front of Judge. Grounded foul off the bat of Chisholm. Chisholm is 1 for 2. Pirates are hedging their bet. Trevino is at third, Cabrera second, Soto at first. Shortstop is back. Second baseman is about halfway. Ground ball up the middle and through for a base hit. Trevino scores. Here comes Cabrera. He'll score. It's a 2-run single for Chisholm, and the Yankees lead 2-0.
Well, again, hit the ball hard, find a hole. That's the name of the game with runners in scoring position, and that's what Chisholm did. And a really good read by Juan Soto. A lot of times when you're on first base, you just look at the runner ahead of you, and if he's going, you just follow him. But right there, they were going to third base the whole way. Billy Cook didn't even look at home plate when he was going to try to cut Soto down at third base.
Here's Dominguez batting from the right side. Big cut. 0-1.
Again, a lot of times if you watch Soto, you don't follow the runner, because that play, Cook went straight to third base and he would have been out.
Runners go, and it's a double steal as the ball was bounced and Bart blocked it. But a stolen base for Soto and Chisholm.
Wow, we must have saw something there, because you know, he just took off and standing on no chance.
That is Chisholm's 40th stolen base, and he's joking that he wants the bag. Now the infield comes in again. Two and one on the 21-year-old outfielder. Dominguez has walked and struck out, so no contact night to this point. Yep, 4-0. Let me get this. He knew. Players know their stats. Second stolen base of the night to give him 40 for the year. Foul back, 3-2. And Dominguez works a walk. So the bases are reloaded. And that's going to bring up Verdugo.
You know, you look at this inning, and then we talk about Verdugo and Dominguez. I mean, Dominguez right there. I want to show Aaron Boone that I can have a good bat right-handed. Verdugo, now I want to show Aaron Boone that I can come through against a lefty with bases loaded. So a lot depends this weekend on which way Aaron Boone's going to go in left field.
Popped up on the left side. Long run for kind of Falefa, but that'll make the seats out of play. Back at double play depth. Two and one.
You know, Michael, we were joking looking at Chisholm, and you know, it is obviously two teams he played for to get the 40 stolen bases, but the last time a Yankee came up with 40 stolen bases or more was way back in 2011. Brett Gardner had 49.
Popped up shallow center. Cook coming on, makes the catch. Bluffing is Soto. The throw cut off at the pitcher's mound. So Verdugo is 0 for 3 tonight. And that brings up Anthony Volpe. One and 0 on Volpe. Volpe with a fly ball to right and a strikeout. Yankees have 2 runs, threatening with the bases loaded and 2 outs. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning in the Bronx. Popped up. Joe toward the stands and on the 3rd row back. When you're at the plate in a big moment, do you ever get scared? You ever get nervous and think about failure?
No, and then you hear that question a lot about do you hear the noise? Yeah, you do hear the noise, but you kind of embrace that part of it. And it all comes back to what you want to do as a hitter. I mean, there's certain things that you want to do mechanically. So you take the outcome out of it, ideally.
Señores, llegaron los monstruos, la gente que enciende este partido aquí con Tutillo López. Racatá, racatá, racatá. Estamos encendidos, señores, dándonos los traguitos, comiendo queso con salami, mucha ensalada, los potes de agua.
La botella invisible.
Ya lo sabe. Ahí está Anthony Volpe, señores. Ay, tío, me voy a quitar hasta la gorra porque me va a venir tocar algo. Digan, ¿qué es lo que dicen ustedes? Déjenlo en el comentario. Se prepara el piche, viene el lanzamiento, bajito el picheo, 2 outs, 2 y 2, bases llenas, señores, para los Yankees. Cerrando la 5ª entrada aquí en The Latinos Radio Show.
Recuerden que esta transmisión llega a ustedes gracias a Elvis de Master Barber, ubicados en Raleigh, Carolina del Norte.
Oye, están las bases llenas, 2 outs, 3 y 2 el conteo, 2-0 ganando los Yankees. Se va todo el mundo con este picheo. Se prepara el piche. Viene el lanzamiento. ¡Línea, señores! Que la captura el centerfield. Le quita la felicidad a nosotros.
¿Viste qué brinquito?
González, Reynoso y Bart son los siguientes 3 bateadores de parte del equipo de los Piratas. Y regresamos después de estos cortes comerciales. ¡Esa!
¡Basura!
Y es miedo que le tienden a la greña, ajá. Y es miedo que le tienden a la greña, ajá. A la greña, ajá. A la greña, ajá. Señores, jonrón, señores. ¿Y qué pasó ahí de parte de Domínguez? Señores, sigue corriendo para tercera, lanzamiento y anota. Fue jonrón, señores. Fue jonrón. Fue jonrón. Wow, señores.
Down, that's for sure. Just out of his reach, off the top of the wall, into the fan, back out on the field. Gonzalez didn't see any of that, so he was digging like it was off the top of the wall. You see Rodon, no, not a good slider, kind of just sat there right in the middle of the plate.
And that's one of the negatives of the season for Rodon, is he's given up a lot of home runs. But they're usually of the solo variety.
Mm-hmm.
1-1 on Brian Reynolds. That's his 30th home run allowed this year. Fly ball, deep right field. Verdugo turns and looks. It's a tie game. Back-to-back home runs by the Pirates against Rodon.
Well, Reynolds, I mean, he does have power. That's his 23rd of the year. He is a solid player. Creeping up on 280, 23 home runs, 86 RBIs. And it seems like he does this year after year. With back-to-back home runs, Pirates right back in this tie game. You see how he loads with that leg, stays on his backside, and just use those hips to just throw that bat head out in front.
So 2-2. Here's Joey Bart. Still has life on the fastball, 1-0.
Señores, está Rondón con el lanzamiento. 1-1 el conteo. Estamos abriendo el sexto inning de este gran partido. 2-2, Yankees contra los Piratas de Pittsburgh. Lanzamiento. Strike cantado, señores. Se pone el conteo, 2 strikes, 1 bola. Saludos para la patrona, la dueña de toda esta vaina. Está aquí con nosotros en cabina, señores.
Nos sacó los pies. Antes ya hacía lo baila contigo, ya no lo hace.
Sí, pero que está como asustado ahora, no sé.
Go.
Dije que nos mandó a Príncipe.
Un saludo para Príncipe, que está aquí con la bola en la boca.
Miren, señores, lo vamos a poner en la cámara para que salga el gordo de nosotros aquí. Mira. Ay, estamos activos aquí, señores. Esto se está poniendo caliente. Caliente, ahí está el Príncipe. Señores, este perro se pasa así.
Y es cierto. Y es cierto que a ti no te gusta el romo.
Y es cierto que a ti no te gusta el romo.
Ajá.
Y es cierto que a ti no te gusta el romo. Ahí lo está pensando, señores, Rondón. Ahí vienen, lo sacan ya. Buen 6 innings, tiró su 6 innings bien bacano. 2-2. Ahora viene Hamilton, señores. Oye, se está poniendo la cosa como es. Ahí está Rondón, tiró 6 innings, o 5 innings y 2 tercios, o 1 tercio. Salió ahí, como quien dice, activo, 2-2. Vamos a ver qué es lo que traen los Yankees ahora. Ya lo saben. Recuerden, señores, el tremendo podcast con tu DJ López. Activo aquí en The Latinos Radio Show.
Collection of rare photos of the late Pirates outfielder and the pride of Puerto Rico. Many of the photos from the momentous day, September 30th, 1972, when Clemente reached the 3,000 hit milestone, were never previously published. The photos are mounted on 10 bright yellow modules designed to reveal the number 3,000 when seen from a distance. Ian Hamilton takes over and faces Andrew McCutchen. Pitch outside.
He ended up with 3,000 hits on the nose.
Yep,
right?
yep. Last hit was against the Mets.
Now, you know all this stuff because you were talking about it on the radio today. So, just speaking of the Mets, the only way they wouldn't play the doubleheader on Monday is if they clinch before?
They and the Braves clinch.
Ah, okay.
Because if it's just for seeding, then the commissioner's office could decide that. That one's up the middle, backhanded nicely by Torres. He fires to first, and a nice swipe tag by Cabrera for the second out.
Boy, a good smart play by Cabrera and a good play by Gleyber just to get to this ball and get the ball over where he could work with it. But to know that you're going to have to come off the bag and then look for the runner. You know, Cabrera's not an everyday first baseman, but he does a great job over there.
Applause for Cabrera. There's De La Cruz. And just to finish that up, if the Mets and the Braves are definitely in, then it might not have to be played because they'll decide seeding in the commissioner's office. But if the Diamondbacks are still a factor and the Braves have not clinched, then they have to play those games. And you cannot call up an extra player for a doubleheader in the month of September.
Oh boy. I mean, you got to look at what could happen. You could have a double header and then get on a plane and fly all night to San Diego and start the playoffs.
It's
right?
so unfair to the team that has to do that for both of those teams. But you can't control Mother Nature.
No.
You know, the rain happened, the hurricane happened, and more important things are, you know, certainly you worry about with people's lives and homes. And,
sure.
But baseball purposes, it was not great for the Mets and the Braves. Grounded foul. 2-2. Well, Rodon does not seem overly pleased. Swing and a miss. De La Cruz down on strikes. But back-to-back home runs by Gonzalez and Reynolds tie the score at 2. T-Mobile coverage cam. What a play by Trent Grisham. He made 2 really good things out of that. The toughest one this one. And a little Bo Jackson leap against the wall to punctuate. He is really smooth outfield. 6th inning of a 2-2 game. And he calls time. Grounded to first, but off the foot of Grisham. You know whose birthday it is today? Hall of Famer Mike Schmidt.
Mike Schmidt.
75.
Wow. That when you hear birthdays like that, and you know, I just got called up when Mike Schmidt was at the end of his career, but it's just like one of the greatest third basemen to ever play, huh?
Oh, yeah. Some say he might be the best.
Mm-hmm.
That one's popped up. Catch is made by York. I was trying to name that Yankee, brought to you by Prevagen. You want to reveal it, Paul?
Go ahead, Michael. I'm going to give you. You're so happy with yourself.
No, I'm not that happy. It's Russell Martin. Good guy when he was with the Yankees for sure. Really great athlete. Very personable. Meredith said one of the best interviews. Had a really good career. 14 seasons, made multiple postseasons with all 4 teams he played for. Dodgers, Yankees, Pirates, and Blue Jays. Colin Holderman will come on with Trevino due up. Stay where you are.
And you know what? If you'd have told me this 2 months ago, I'd have laughed right in your face.
If you would have called the Tigers.
Exactly. Just they were not. They showed no, anything. They got rid of their best pitcher, or not their second best pitcher, but again, I mean, just out of nowhere, taking off and making a playoff spot. A.J. Hinch did a great job there.
Now, not only did they clinch, but they beat the White Sox, and for the White Sox, that's the 121st loss, beating the Mets' long-held record of worst season ever.
They're in Detroit, right?
They are in Detroit. Yep.
the White Sox swept Anaheim, right?
Yes.
And I heard that some of the fans were actually booing because they wanted to see history.
Right, you put me through all this, at least I get to see something. Well, Detroit was 55-63, Paul. 10 games back of the wild card. That was on August 11th. Since then, 31-11. Incredible.
Yeah, when you think of, you know, awards, I was just talking about Heel and possible Rookie of the Year. How about Manager of the Year in the American League? Do you go with A.J. Hinch? Or do you go with, you know, Kansas City Cortuero? I mean, who do you go with as Manager of the Year?
How about Stephen Vogt?
Yeah.
Of the Guardians. No one expected that. Cabrera with a high fly ball, shallow center. Cook coming on. And the Yankees go down in order against 2 pitchers. And we go to the 7th inning tied at 2. His former teammate, IKF. And a strike. Yankees led 2-0. Then Gonzalez and Reynolds went back-to-back against Rodon, and the score is tied at 2. Falefa is 0 for 2, fly ball to left, and a 4-4-3 double play. Lined into center field, and Grisham gets there to make the play.
It's amazing to me. I mean, Grisham just, you know, he makes plays look easy, and right off the bat, you think this is a base hit, and he just makes it look easy. It's just a natural outfielder. Look at this guy, Michael.
There he is. There's your guy, O'Neal Cruz. He's been moved into the outfield. He was a shortstop, made 26 errors, and that's the second behind Ellie De La Cruz, who had 28. Right back to Holmes. 2 away.
Holmes was really good last night, and again, he's got that sinker going.
I think he's at his most effective when he's throwing that rather than the breaking ball.
I couldn't agree more, Michael. I think that, you know, the breaking ball looks great when you get a strikeout with it, but I think when you start throwing it too much, in my opinion, earlier in the year he did, you start losing the movement on the sinker. It's just a completely different release point.
And I think that the Yankees were probably looking for some swing and miss ability out of their bullpen and probably promoted the use of the breaking ball, but that's what he does with the sinker. And that was 98 miles an hour. A beautiful backhand pick by Oswaldo Cabrera, who's putting on a show over at first base. So Holmes retires the Pirates in order 1-2-3 at the end of 6.5 innings of play. It's time for the 7th inning stretch. Yankees and the Pirates are tied at 2, but we'll stay right here as they honor America in the Bronx.
Direct your attention to the area behind home plate as the New York Yankees welcome an honored military guest. United States Army Staff Sergeant Aaron McLaughlin from East Haddon, Connecticut, who served in Operation Iraqi Freedom and Operation Enduring Freedom. The Yankees say, thank you, Aaron, for your sacrifice and service to our nation. And now, please join us in singing along with Robert Merrill's rendition of God Bless America.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies, to the ocean,
So that's not fair.
You wanted me to jump in there and help you? You know what I'd be given? Let's stick with Carmen.
It's Majinski, and it's 1-0 on Torres. Having a great rookie year, 2.25 ERA. Getting high leverage work. 25 years old from Hilton Head, South Carolina. I'm sure that you've golfed there.
It's like the vacation spot for the Midwest. Everybody heads to Hilton Head.
Majinski, first-round pick in 2020 out of the University of South Carolina. Two and two. So as you saw with our defensive alignment, Cook is moved from center to first, and Cruz takes over in center. Grounded, backhanded to IKF. The long throw got him. America's Heroes need your help. Donate $11 a month to the Tunnel to Towers Foundation at T2T.org. There's Juan Soto.
Well, IKF is at third base tonight, but he's pretty much taken over the shortstop job. He signed a 2-year deal with Toronto, but the Pirates traded for him because Cruz was having so many issues defensively. They figured he's just built for the outfield, so they moved him to center field, and IKF has pretty much taken over the shortstop. Although he moved over to third tonight.
Two and 0 on Soto. Soto's 1 for 2 with an intentional walk. Waved at that one, 2-1. Second-year right-hander deals. Pitching to a 3.28 ERA this year after that good first year. He did miss a month with a shoulder strain, but he's been very good since returning. And now he has a 3-1 count on Soto. Soto has reached base safely in 137 of the 156 games he's played. Three-two. You wonder with Soto DHing today, would he have tomorrow off with Judge back in the lineup as a DH?
Yeah, it would make sense. You know, and it'll be a fun matchup. You see Judge in the lineup tomorrow against Skeens.
And you probably want Stanton in the lineup too.
Yeah.
So Judge probably plays center. He goes around. Soto down on strikes. Well, let's check out the Verizon projected starters for tomorrow. That's a pretty good matchup of rookies. Louis Seal, 3.27. And then Paul Skeens with a 1.99 ERA, 167 strikeouts, 131 innings. Our coverage tomorrow begins at noon. There's Chisholm, 2 for 3. 2 stolen bases, 2 ribbies. Well, you can see Majinski throws hard. That's a pretty good slider, 0-2.
Tommy Kane, these seams and all.
Yep.
Warming up in the bullpen.
2 outs here in the 7th. 2-2 game. Yankees and the Pirates starting a 3-game weekend set that ends the regular season. 2-2.
A wicked slider right there. Jazz started to swing and then all become defensive because it starts breaking in on you.
So from 0-2 to full. Got the blue Spider-Man sleeve on the right arm. Swing and a miss. Pretty good inning for the Pirate right-hander. We go to the 8th. It's 2-2. Well, tonight on Yes, catch the Best of Talking Yanks podcast, including Aaron Boone's weekly segment. Watch it tonight after the postgame on Yes, or stream anytime on the Yes app. Well, we go to the 8th inning here at the stadium. It's a 2-2 game. Tommy Canely in for his 50th game. His 49th game was pretty painful, Paul.
Yeah, he took one right off the lower back last night. Told Meredith, I got a few seam marks, but good to go.
I think I got him right above the elbow.
All right.
And he deals a strike to Cook. You know what happened, Paul, on this day in 1998?
98?
Mm-hmm.
A pretty good year. I remember that.
You won your final game of the year. Final regular season game, 114.
En vivo, señores. Miren el foul, le dan a la ampalla detrás. Está activo ahí, señores. Parece que le dieron en el cuello ahí. Le dieron un chupa vampiro, un chupa sangre a la ampalla. Vamos a ver qué es lo que es. Recuerden, señores, que esta transmisión es traída a ustedes por el barbero más bacano y este es Elvis de Master Barber, ubicado allá en Raleigh, en la Carolina del Norte. Estaremos también transmitiendo los partidos del Lidón, la Liga Dominicana, la Liga Invernal 20-24.
Estaremos celebrando con Willy Tambora, con tu DJ López y tu DJ Monstruo.
Ya lo sabe, DJ Monstruo. Oye, se está poniendo buena la vaina. Le dio casi, eso duele. Eso duele.
Tremendo, tremendo. ¿Sabes
Oye,
que hay cosas que pasan?
Fue un fuetazo que le dio. No es relajo, ¿no?
Recuerden que esta transmisión llega a ustedes también gracias a Gaby Music, la solución de los musicólogos en Reading, Pensilvania.
Bueno, hay problema.
¡Bárbaro! Señores, en verdad, el día de hoy ha sido un juego trancado. Se veía venir desde el principio. Parece que los equipos están relajados.
Oye, está 2-2, abriendo el octavo inning. Ahí está Cook. Versus Kenlich.
Eso.
Está jodón la vaina, ¿oíste?
Está jodona.
Estoy tratando de verificar qué es lo que está pasando aquí. Sé que la bola le dio a la umpire en un lugar aquí que no tiene mucha protección.
Y es complicado, mira.
Muy complicado. Si ellos muestran la repetición nuevamente, yo quiero que ustedes se fijen dónde fue que el lanzamiento o la bola o el picheo le dio. Van a tener que chequearlo nuevamente. Yo creo que los umpires ya hay que salir de ellos y poner como los robots atrás, los eso ya para que a ver si los pitchers se ponen por donde es.
Verdaderamente, porque a veces incluso hay fallos, pero eso también es tradición en el béisbol. Y nada, quizás más protección o de otro ángulo, usando una pantalla para cantar. No deberían estar ahí atrás, no necesidad.
Bueno. Seguimos activos en The Latinos Radio Show Baseball Night. Señores, hoy 27 de septiembre 2024, disfrutando de este gran partido. Yankees contra los Piratas. ¡Esa!
Y no del Caribe, mi gente.
Tan feo eso.
Tan feo. Un equipo ahí de Puerto Plata que quizás para la próxima temporada, no esta que viene, sino para la otra, estarán activos. Puerto Plata con su equipo en el béisbol caribeño.
Lanzamiento, bola bajita. 2-1 el conteo. Él tiene, tú ves como tú puedes ver al umpire, él tiene como un padding aquí, algo que lo está protegiendo, pero como quiera le dio. Se prepara el pitcher, lanzamiento, bola afuera y bajita, señores. ¿Qué es lo que está pasando aquí? ¿Es miedo que le tienen a la greña?
Ando con el bárbaro.
¡Basura!
Como diría DJ López, huele a peligro. 2-2 el conteo, 0 out, 2-2 el partido.
Oye,
esto no se sabe dónde vayas a parar.
Ese pitcher está fuera de control.
Saludos para Rafael Sena, que está en sintonía con nosotros en The Latinos Radio Show a través de YouTube. Esos chamaquitos no se pierden un partido con nosotros. Señores, foul hacia la parte izquierda del campo y en verdad.
Saludos para el príncipe, cerrado. Está aquí con nosotros próximamente. Está ahí arrancando.
Yo quisiera que ustedes vieran a Príncipe, el tamaño que tiene ese animal.
Le voy a poner la respectiva cámara aquí para que lo puedan ver si se puede identificar. Vamos a buscarlo aquí al Príncipe. Eso es lo más duro que hay, véanlo ahí. El Príncipe. Si lo pueden ver.
Señores, miren ese animal. 3-2 el conteo.
Ese es la pistola de la casa.
Viene el lanzamiento. Línea por la tercera que pasa hacia el left field, señores, y es un hit. Tenemos gente en primera base.
Seguimos activos aquí, señores, de Latino Radio Show, Electric Moment. Ese tiene que ser. Ahí está batazo, la coge Dieter, la tira primera.
Hey,
bueno.
Joe Torres, señores.
Wow, 114 juegos, man.
Increíble ese equipo, ¿eh?
Demasiado bueno.
¡Ay!
Saludos para la patrona, la dueña de toda esta vaina. ¡Mua, mamazota mía! 1998, los mejores Yankees.
Esa alineación, Bernie Williams, Ichiro Suzuki, Jason Jambi.
Yamaha, Honda, Kawasaki.
No. Demasiado duro esa gente. Gary Sheffield. Era un equipazo. Ese equipo era el final de la historia. Después cogieron a Alex Rodríguez.
Ya lo sabe. Ahí está Nick González bateando 2 bolas, 0 strike. Lanzamiento, strike tirándole. Eran 2 strikes, 0 bolas, perdón.
El primer out de la entrada con gente en primera base para los Piratas de Pittsburgh.
Mire ese cambio, ve. Eso fue un
Tú
cambio.
tenías un buen cambio también, una buena curva.
Una buena curva. El cambio mío era casi como cambio curva, yo creo que era, yo lo llamaba.
Por eso era que la gente le confundía mucho y funcionaba. A ti te confundía mucho con Andy Pettit.
Andy Pettit, Petit. Sí, tenía la misma mecánica. Eso es lo que decían. Aún el mismo Epi Guerrero, que fue el que me filmó a mí, dijo, tú te pareces mucho al pitcher de los Yankees, Andy Pettit. Y es verdad. Señores, yo no tiraba duro, tiraba mi 78 millas por hora.
Mentiroso. Usted tiraba 89 millas.
90.
Pero
90.
rompió. ¡Ey!
Lanzamiento alto por el entre right center field, señores, y es home run,
Para los
señores.
Piratas de Pittsburgh.
Señores, se fue la bola.
El juego se pone 4-2, señores. Mírenlo cómo está ahí, bendiciendo el guante.
Señores, recuerden que este ronron va por The Latinos Radio Show, Baseball Night. Recuerden seguir la página, darle like, estamos activo.
También recuerden que esta transmisión llega a ustedes gracias a Elvis de Master Barber en Raleigh, Carolina del Norte. También por Gaby Music en Reading, Pensilvania.
La patrona está aquí ya, señores. Me mandó un mensaje con la carita roja. Eso quiere decir que ese jonrón no la puso contenta.
Hay problema, dice por ahí, huele a peligro.
Hoy se queda ya en el mueble aquí ya. Lanzamiento, bola alta y afuera para el bateador. Recuerden, señores, que estaremos transmitiendo, ahí está la repetición, los juegos de la pelota Lidón de República Dominicana a través de este tu canal de Latinos Radio Show Baseball Night con tu DJ López, DJ Montro. ¡Esa!
No olviden suscribirse, darle like y comentar, que eso nos hace crecer cada día. Y gracias por el calorcito que ustedes nos dan, porque eso es lo que nos motiva a estar toda la noche aquí transmitiéndole estos hermosos juegos. Emocionante partido, señores. Los juegos de los Yankees no dejan de ser emocionantes, ni siquiera cuando ellos están clasificados, ¿oíste?
No, oye, lo que está pasando, los Yankees es un equipo demasiado duro. Hay que dejarse de cosas.
Aaron Josh, el gran ausente.
Georgie es mejor. Georgie es el mejor. Saludos para toda la gente que está activo en el super chat de Latinos Radio Show Baseball Night. Batazo, señores, al center field, se va. Eso fue la repetición. 2 strikes, una bola, lanzamiento, 2-2 el conteo. Un out, 4-2 ganando los Piratas. Hay acción en el bullpen de los Yankees, señores. Ahí está.
Nosotros nos curamos aquí.
No cogemos esa, ¿viste?
El mejor blooper fue
Oye, no cogemos esa. Oye,
¡bárbaro!
Estamos aquí dándonos un salami como es.
No, nosotros no comemos salami, nosotros también comemos cosas educativas. Ustedes no lo ven porque es verde, pero es muy bueno.
Oye.
Sabroso.
¡Sabroso!
La patrona, la dueña de toda esta vaina.
Oye, lo puso bueno. Gracias a la patrona ahí. Démele corazoncito a la patrona. Oye, le están dando ahí, sí. Hasta perfume me voy a echar.
Saludos para Augusto Gómez, que está en sintonía con nosotros también. Esa gente no cogen esa. Vamos a ver qué nos traen los Yankees, porque no han dado un par de palos.
Ya lo saben, los Yankees, un equipo que está acabando ahora mismo. Ahí viene el manager Aaron Boone, señores, caminando hacia el montículo para probablemente ya sacar. ¿Qué es lo que va a pasar? Ahí viene la grúa.
Lo llamaron, señores. Vamos a unos cortos comerciales y regresamos en breve con The Latinos Radio Show en Baseball Night. Recuerden que también venimos con NBA Night. Coming soon.
You know, we mentioned he wants to come back and play next year. 16-year Major League vet, and he said, I know I can play. He said, I could feel it. I know I can play, so why wouldn't I play? He said, if I couldn't play, I wouldn't come back. 1-2 on McCutchen. Two and two. Chop slowly to short. Going to be a tough play. Barehanded by Volpe. And he gets McCutchen. A beautiful play by Anthony Volpe for the final out of the inning. But the Pirates score 2 on the 2-run home run by Reynolds. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. 4-2 Pittsburgh. Well, this copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the New York Yankees may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the New York Yankees. Dennis Santana, 23 games at the Yankees this year. He's done well with the Pirates, and he's in for the 8th inning. He'll face Jason Dominguez. First pitch is a ball, 1-0. Triola takes over at first base for Cook. Well, Houston still leads Cleveland in the 8th inning, 5-0. Magic number is 2. Yankees not doing their part, but the Guardians are. 3-0. You know, we told you the Tigers just clinched the playoff berth today, so they had the longest postseason drought, tied for the longest postseason drought in the majors. Last time they made the postseason, 2014. The Angels now stand alone. They also last got in 2014. The Pirates are next at 2015. Now, if you're wondering the longest droughts in the 4 major pro sports, the Jets have the longest. They have not been in the postseason since 2010. Aaron Rodgers hoping to change that this year. The Buffalo Sabres, 2011. Denver Broncos, 2015. Strike 3, Dominguez down looking.
Looks confused. Yeah, he walked out there like he knew it was strike 3, but then all of a sudden it looked like maybe that was only the 2nd strike. Ball clearly a strike right on the outside corner, and he walked away, and then all of a sudden kind of stopped halfway.
So Santana's name is Dennis Anthony Santana. Dad was a huge basketball fan. He named him after Dennis Rodman and Anthony Penny Hardaway.
Hardaway's coaching somewhere now, isn't he?
Memphis, yeah, his alma mater.
Yeah.
One and 2 on Verdugo. One and 2 on Verdugo. Bottom of the 8th inning. 4-2 Pirates. Stays alive. Santana with the Yankees in 23 games had a 6.26 ERA. He was designated for assignment in June. Pittsburgh got him off waivers, and they have him throwing more sliders. High fly ball, left center. Reynolds puts it away. Now, Reynolds such a good player, but he has struggled in the outfield this year. He's minus 12 outs above average out there.
Yeah, I don't understand it either, because he's got good speed. He seems like he's a smart player, what you've seen over the years, but all of a sudden the numbers don't lie to you defensively.
One and 0 on Volpe, who is 0 for 3. Two and 0 on the Yankee shortstop. Well, the bottom of the order might be coming up in the ninth inning, and Chapman might be coming in. You wonder, will Judge come off the bench?
The loudest crowd noise we hear all day if
Absolutely.
he does, right?
Three and two. And the payoff. High pop-up. Who's going to get it? Santana moves out of the way, called off by Kiner-Falefa. And the Yankees go down in order against their former teammate. We go to the ninth. Reynolds home runs. The sixth inning, 105.3, traveled 379 feet. And the second one, that traveled into Monument Park, 421 feet. So we go to the ninth. Efros still in there, got the final out of the eighth. De La Cruz hits one into right center, a long run and a nice play by Verdugo for out number one.
Boy, such a difference being a lefty in right field. You're running with your glove side where you get a little extra reach. But Verdugo, he plays any outfield position well. That's one thing you have no problem with him defensively.
So here is Kiner-Falefa. It's kind of a shame that it didn't work out for IKF here in New York. He loved being a Yankee, just adored every minute of it. Started at shortstop, didn't work out there, then moved to third, and actually is a better third baseman. And that's a nice grab by Volpe to retire IKF.
He's such a likable guy,
Yeah.
Michael. When you have a conversation with him, he used to ask questions, and you know, he wanted to get better. And you watch somebody who's getting better defensively. Anthony Volpe, another stab right there. Great play.
Looking it right into the glove. So here is Paul O'Neill Cruz. Foul back.
Well, that'll answer your question there, Michael. You got Chapman up in the bullpen.
Now the next question is Judge hovering around the batting cage or the batter's bat rack. Or it might be in the batting cage behind the dugout. Although from what I hear, if you actually play in a game and you don't start, it's still not like a day off. It feels like you really worked.
You know, if you are told by the manager you're taking a full day off,
your mind is shut off.
Yeah, you just turn off. But you know, if you're thinking you might pinch hit, you're still trying to. Your mind's not at ease, you know.
Joe Madden, when he managed the Tampa Bay Rays, once told me, he said, if I ever had the guts, or a manager had the guts, when you gave a guy off, you tell him to put on street clothes and go sit in the stands and watch the game. This way, there's no temptation to use them, and it's really a day off. And a walk to Cruz. So Atlanta putting some pressure on the Mets. Atlanta beats Kansas City 3-0. Milwaukee leading the Mets 6-2, top of the 5th inning. Stanton seems to be stretching. Let's see. He's got a smile on his face. Now he had that pullover on, the Yankee blue pullover, and now he's just got the uniform top. Just trying to read tea leaves here, you know, Paul?
Well, we're trying to keep it from going anywhere. If you're watching the game, Aaron Judge might swing. You're going to sit still, right?
Now, we told you KC lost to Atlanta, but Kansas City can still clinch the last American League spot if the Twins lose. Twins are down 2-0 in the 6th inning. They're playing the Orioles.
When you talk about a team that, you know, you talked about the Tigers who played their way into it, and then somebody who played their way out of it. The Twins. I mean, they can't turn it around.
Well, I don't know if you saw the last play, and I'm a fan of Carlos Correa.
Señores, estamos activos aquí en The Latinos Radio Show. DJ López, DJ El Monstruo, señores, desde los Estados Unidos, transmitiendo la MLB. Los Piratas contra los Yankees, señores. 4-2. Se prepara el pitcher, viene el lanzamiento. Roletazo, por eso todo la coge Bobby y tira segunda para hacer el tercer out de la entrada. Ahora viene Chapman, señores. El misil cubano, número 45, el número de DJ López. Activo aquí. Recuérdense que esta transmisión es traída a ustedes por el barbero más bacano, Elvis de Master Barber, ubicado en la Carolina del Norte.
Ando con el bárbaro.
Basura. Esa.
.300. 7-time All-Star, 2-time World Series champ with the Cubs and the Rangers. He spent 7 seasons with the Yanks. So they will not pinch hit for Grisham, the lefty, against the lefty Chapman. And Trevino is on deck. And a strike. 98 miles an hour. You know, he's had a wonderful career and a 2.37 postseason ERA, but he's given up 3 of the biggest homers in recent playoff history. Rajai Davis ties Game 7 of the 16 World Series. Jose Altuve's walk-off to clinch the 19 ALCS. Mike Brosseau's game winner in Game 5 of the 2020 ALDS. Had 153 saves with the Yankees, 3rd most in their history behind Mariano and Righetti. 1 and 2. You know, if I didn't have to wear these suits, I could show arms like that.
Is that right?
Yeah.
You all
cover it all up.
You all tatted up like that?
No, but it's just swole.
You're just all natural.
I'm swole. As Caitlin Clark taught us. As Grisham swings and misses. Yankees baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by Hyundai. With a brand new Hyundai, there's joy in every journey. And by Bet365. Whatever the sport, whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Here's Trevino. Check swing, right back to Chapman. And the Yankees are down to their final out. And stay tuned after that final out for tonight's WB Mason Yankees postgame as Bob Lorenz, Jack Curry, and John Flaherty will have highlights and analysis. Meredith Marakovitz gets player interviews in the clubhouse, and we'll hear from Aaron Boone on the manager's report. That's all coming up next on Yes and the Yes app. So here's Cabrera batting from the right side, which is his weaker side. Against a lot of lefties, he bats left-handed, but not against Chapman. Swing and a miss.
You can make anything possible because you have a connection that's built for everywhere. That's Life Unlimited. That's Spectrum.
Yankees down to their final strike. And there it is.
102. Whoa.
That's dominant Chapman right there as the Pirates beat the Yankees 4-2, and Judge and Stanton get a full day off.
Yeah, it looks like Aaron Boone just had a plan that, you know, today he did not want Aaron Judge to even get loose. No batting practice, no nothing. Take a day off. See you tomorrow against Skeens.
This was filthy stuff.
They still got the stare, but you know what? The stare doesn't mean much when you're close to losing 100.
36 years old, still throwing 100. Pittsburgh 4, the Yankees 2 will come back, then the post game after that.